took absolutely forever, but I finally came back. Did you miss me, kitten? And look, I even came bearing gifts. A nice slab of beef, roasted to perfection, with a fine accompaniment of collard greens. Well, go on, boy. Dig in. I didn't buy that so you could look at it all damn day. The hell is the matter with you? Oh, I see. Did you get startled just now? A little noise happening too quickly sent your heart straight into your throat. Well, ever since we passed the gates, you've been so skittish. Your head constantly on a swivel and jumping at every shadow, like there's a knife in them that's just waiting to carve that pretty little neck wide open. Which is fair, because in all likelihood, you might be completely right to think that. Or maybe you have something else in your mind when you glance down an alley. I'm just saying, you had a really good time when you walked down one last. Maybe we'll take a few on the way back. But back to business. Being here in this town is a whole different beast now, isn't it? We've graduated from the kiddie table of conspiracy and are fully swimming with the sharks now. Hell, boy. Looking at it from the other side of things, I'd say that the best time to take you out would be right here, right now. Your face. I'm just fucking with you. No reason to look so serious. Waiting on an opponent's move does make you feel a bit antsy. Sure, there's a reason to think that way. A damn good one, even. But just because you are waiting doesn't mean you gotta stop making moves. The more people that see you and know that you are back means we can set the narrative a little bit more. And public opinion is a hell of a thing to go up against. So relax, eat your free lunch, and enjoy it. It's leagues above that slop the inn was serving. Undercooked meat and bland gruel. I'd call it dog food, but even that feels like animal cruelty. I'd love to introduce the so-called cook that made that to a spice rack, preferably head first. I mean, you got all the perks of living in a town. Fresh ingredients, better place to cook, and still you choose to make the most unappetizing shit and call it food. And not only that, while also getting upstaged by some guy in the woods with a fucking campfire. It's goddamn embarrassing, honestly. What the hell are you smiling at, boy? You know damn well I can cook. In fact, everything you ate in the camp came directly from me. A little way of making sure you didn't eat something with a little extra kick added in. At least, not until I wanted you to. It sure would be a pathetic way to go out. Clawing your throat just bloody as you struggle to breathe. The burning in your lungs your only companion as your organs start shutting off, one by one. Poison does have its uses, but personally, I'd rather watch you choke in a more stimulating way. Hands behind your back, with tears running down that pretty face as you try to catch your breath in the few seconds that you're given. Doesn't that just sound like a delicious meal? I've been feeding you quite nicely for a while now, and you've been eagerly awaiting the next taste, haven't you, kitten?
Pardon me, sirs. I do not mean to interrupt your conversation, but might I have a moment of your time to discuss matters most immediate?
Just in time. My drink was getting a little low. Hey, don't give me that cheap shit this time, alright? Give me something that burns. And, one for him too. We're trying to celebrate here and could use a little lubrication.
Excuse me. Sir, I am no bartender. I am here to act as an agent on behalf of his lordship, the Baron of Loreley, to investigate the rumor that his son has returned alive and well to his station, despite the dreadful attempt on his life by ruffians. I am personally overjoyed to see that these rumors have proven true, sir. Your father feared the worst and was quite beside himself before the whispers of rumor reached his ears. The Lord tasked me to locate you and swiftly escort you back to the estate. I would like to sincerely apologize for the delay.
Is that a fact? Here I thought you were dressed up all fancy-like to get a few more tips. It's nice to know that the Baron's looking out for his kin, though. Thought it might be a bit rude to barge into his home right away, looking like we did. So we thought it best to go and greet him when we were a bit more presentable. Long times on the road don't do anybody any favors after all. I'm sure he'll appreciate a sense of decency. So there isn't any harm in waiting a few days to freshen up a little bit. Now, about them drinks. I figure that's a fair way to properly apologize for taking so long. Be a dear and grab us some, will you?
I beg your pardon, but the Baron was quite clear in his orders. I was to find the young lord and take him home. There was no mention of interest in the peasant that was accompanying him. Though I compliment your sense of decorum and service in bringing the Lord's son to safety, there is no need of you any longer, so kindly step aside as I tend to my duties. Come along then, sir. Your father is waiting. What's up?
You sure do have a lot of nerve, don't you? Walking into this place like some big shot and throwing weight around that doesn't even belong to you. That alone is enough to piss me off. Maybe that's what gave you the balls to think that you could get away with manhandling him right in front of me.
Unhand me. Who do you think you are?
You're kind of uninformed for a guy who heard the rumors. Let me make it clear then. I am the peasant who risked his life to help a man in need, and for that, I was elevated above my station. I'm his knight, and no one will put their hands on him so carelessly like that while I'm around. Especially not you. Got it?
You... Knight or no, this is no excuse for this barbarism. You have yellow eyes. The rumors did not mention that at all.
What the hell does that have to do with anything I just said? I asked you a goddamn question, and you're gonna answer me.
All right. I apologize for my rudeness, Sir Knight. It won't happen again.
It ain't me you offended, so try that again. With feeling.
Young lord, I am deeply sorry for putting my hands on you. Please find it in yourself to grant me mercy. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, that wasn't so hard now, was it? Oh, son of a bitch. My drink spilled. God damn it.
There's no need for despair, Sir Knight. There are much better examples of spirit to be enjoyed in the Baron's manor, far superior to the one served here.
That certainly is a change of heart. Can't help but wonder what brought that about.
Well, sir, after meeting you in person, I can say that the Baron will no doubt be interested in meeting you. Won't you accompany us there? There is a private carriage waiting just outside.
Ah, so it's like that, huh?
I am merely keeping the interests of the Lord's house in mind with this new information. After all, it is not every day that you meet somebody who shares a bloodline with a dragon.
Well, what do you think? Ready to wrap things up and start heading on home, sir?
Wunderbar. Please, the carriage is just outside. If you would come with me.
Whoa, ain't that a fancy thing? Sure beats the hell out of the turnip cart we rode in on.
Of course, sir. The Baron provides only the best for those on his payroll. When your estate is as profitable as his, lavish is the standard. Anything else is just insulting. Please, climb in and we will be on our way.
Here, let me get the door for you. Even fancier on the inside. Well, what are you waiting for? Shouldn't be keeping your daddy waiting like this. After you. That the sort of guy that your pops likes to employ? Tough talker and could probably give your run-of-the-mill commoner a hard time. Maybe even win a fight or two. But tip the scales out of their favor, and they are just stumbling over themselves to bow and scrape. Hey, maybe that's where you learned it from. Frown all you want. You know what you are. But this guy's just a servant who's used to having his authority recognized, not a fighter. I'd bet that he's really just a test to see how you would respond to have somebody acting in your daddy's stead, telling you what to do, before being taken back to his estate. Though, after that little interaction just now, looks like things might get a bit more complicated than I thought. Who would have thought that having a squirt of dragon blood would really mean a damn thing? You're looking nervous. Is the thought of what awaits you getting to you already? Relax, kitten. It's all part of the plan. We are exactly where we need to be going. And we just did exactly what we needed to do. It really is too bad I didn't get to fuck up that little weasel a bit more, but that's not a look that's gonna help us. I gotta maintain the image of an ignorant country bumpkin, mindful of the higher authorities in the land, and more than anything else, loyal. That kind of image is just right to lure people into a false sense of security. Or better yet, superiority. Worked like a charm more often than not when I was working for the circus. Lots of folks there reveled in lording over the poor circus boy, never knowing that that's what made them the biggest suckers of all. Oh, those were the days. Hard, but ultimately rewarding work. And if you were real lucky, it got bloody, too. Oh, speaking of blood, being here with you in a carriage like this brings back all kinds of memories, doesn't it? Seems like only yesterday that the boys stopped a fancy little convoy of really nice carriages being pulled by well-groomed horses, gold inlays all around them. Not that many guards, but damn did they put up a fight. I think they wanted to make it fun for us. I personally was in a great mood after opening a few of them up, and I was in an even better one when I stepped into your carriage. Maybe sacrificing the lives of those men is what kept you alive that day, and set all of this into motion. Or maybe it was the terrified expression you had that made an impression on me, and made me want to see more. When I think back to all the time I wasted, I should have pinned you down the day we met and made you mine right then and there. Well, nothing like a do-over, huh? Come here, kitten. Let me get a taste of you. Hey, look alive, boy. So sorry to interrupt you when you're so busy staring off into absolutely nothing. But how in the nine hells do you attach this cape? And also, while we're on the subject, why the fuck do I have to wear it? It ain't practical at all. Nobles wear some weird-ass shit. Well, you gonna just stand there or what? I know you need a little bit of recuperation every now and again to recover after working up a sweat and all. And god damn were you sweating bullets when we got past those gates. Honestly, I thought you managed to work up a bit of nerve during our time together. But no, one little peek at those tall walls is all it takes to bring you down. It's fucking pathetic. But I gotta say, I was kinda digging the wall personally. Damn solid looking. Even more than the outer one we passed to get into this damn town. The huge iron gate, now that's a nice touch. Must be a sight to see that thing locked up. I'm also a fan of them spikes on top of the walls, too. I'm sure they're meant to keep people from just climbing on in, but damn, I can think of a fair amount of things I'd like to see dangling off of them. Like little trophies out in the sun for everybody to gander at. How about you, kitten? See a spot up there that you might fancy? Somewhere you could lay your eyes on, maybe while you're eating dinner? Of course, we can get up to some impaling of our own. Wouldn't that be fun? That's a rich kid for you. Living inside these walls all your life made you soft, boy. Weak and spineless. And something like that, something that's been reinforced your entire life, that ain't something that can be fixed with living rough for a month or two out there in the wilderness. So don't think, just because you survived out there, that you're some kind of Billy badass now that you're back home. Don't forget that you avoided the worst of it because I was looking out for you. You would be bowing and scraping to whoever bought you out of that place if it weren't for me, serving some psycho's every whim without the ability to refuse. If you wanted to avoid a beating, that is. Come to think of it, it'd be a lot like the relationship you have with me. But lacking my natural charm and merciful nature, of course. That's right, mercy. What else would you call what I've been doing for you these past couple months? You were given some damn fine food, shelter, and relative safety. And as a plus, you got more than a few good lays in. Oh, what's that look for? Don't tell me all those nights you spent burying your face in a pillow weren't a grand old time for you. And breaking my heart, boy. Or whatever it is that I got in my chest here. You know, you would have been lucky to have made it out of that camp alive. Believe you me, there were plenty of people who wanted to pay you a little midnight visit to settle a score, or 3. Who knows what those freaks might have done to you. Compared to the myriad of interesting and delightfully painful experiences that could have awaited you, a sore throat every now and again doesn't seem too bad, does it? And the best part of you being sprung out of that place is that you had the good fortune to be snoozing like a babe. Never even got to lay eyes on the carnage that happened because you gave the go-ahead and accepted my little deal. Ain't you just lucky? So yeah, mercy is the word I would use for the favors I've been giving you. You best be thankful for 'em, boy. Damn right you are. And now, it's time for you to start paying it back. First thing you can do is help me with this fucking cape. I'll never understand why rich people wear shit like this. Honestly, all it takes is somebody to grab it, force you to the ground, and then force a knife straight into your gut. Then you're done. But back to business. I got us this far, kept both of us above ground on our way here. But I ain't too proud to admit that I'm pretty out of my depth when it comes to the goings-on of a noble house. Much better at robbing and brutalizing rich folk than understanding them. Though, I must say, I rock the hell out of their clothes. So that is where our little partnership really starts to take off. I might be ignorant of the way these kinds of people conduct themselves, but you sure as shit are not. You spent your whole life in places that demand a more refined way of doing things. Subdued and indirect. Tactical, if you will. Not my preferred way of doing things, but I'd say that suits your particular skill set quite well. So I'm thinking we can combine our areas of expertise to stand a better chance. You prance around and navigate the oh-so-intricate social network of core politics, while I do what I do best, and do a little wet work behind the scenes. Though, if I'm being completely honest, I really hope it isn't just a little bit of work. I do so plan on enjoying myself here. But no reason to jump right into the fun part just yet. We'll be a lot more successful if we play the angle we talked about earlier. A returning noble son and the loyal little commoner. Everybody loves a good setup like that. More than enough tales and plays written about that. I'm sure that nobles and common folk alike will just eat that shit up. And seeing as how we are the talk of the town, I was dead on. Our little retelling of the tale ought to give us a little bit of an edge, but it'll be on the both of us to make it count for something. And there's just one more thing that you need to keep in mind. If you hesitate, or start getting cold feet, and try and stop what you put into motion, don't forget that I got you here, and can easily take you right back to square one. And trust me when I say that I know worse places to stick you than an old jail cell surrounded by bloodthirsty bandits. In fact, I saw more than a few great spots up on that wall. Do you understand what I'm saying, boy? Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. I'd hate to think that your heart wasn't in it after coming this far, and I imagine that it would be a lot more useful in your chest after all. Damn. Ain't that just pounding? I can feel the pulse in my fingers. I wonder, is that because of where you are? Or is it because of me?
Hello? Brother, are you in there? It's Raph. I certainly hope I've gotten the right room this time, or I'm afraid I'll end up looking quite foolish.
Huh? Who the fuck is that? Ruining a damn moment. Well, you gonna answer the door or what? I ain't a fucking doorman.
Oh, brother, it is you. I had heard that you had returned, and I hope to the gods it didn't prove to be a cruel rumor. come here. My baby brother, safe and sound back home. I was worried sick, you know. We all were. I feared the worst after a few days. You aren't hurt anywhere, are you? Let me take a look. You look, well, healthy. I dare say you are in better condition than when you left. Have you been eating well? God, I'm sorry. Forgive your brother for fussing over you. I don't mean to bombard you with questions like this. I had mustered all of the roses under my command and combed as much of the land as I could and found nothing. I'm happy that you're finally home. I can't tell you how good it is to see you alive and well, dear brother.
Fucking cape. You sure I gotta wear this damn thing? I know it's fancy folk clothes and all, but I feel like a flagpole over here. This damn cord keeps getting all tangled up.
Oh, hello. I apologize, I didn't see you there.
Terribly rude of me. Oh, I ain't surprised. Might have mistaken me for a curtain or something in this goofy damn thing.
I'm afraid I don't recognize your face. Could you possibly be a new hire in the manor? I wasn't aware that we were even looking for new help here. Brother, is he possibly one of yours? Are you serious? Your knight? You finally found someone who could fill that role for you. That's fantastic. I suppose introductions are in order then. I am Raphael, older brother to your charge, I suppose. It's truly nice to meet you, sir.
Black Hollow. Elijah Black Hollow. It's a pleasure, Lord Raphael.
If it's all the same to you, I just prefer Raphael. The only one who needs to be addressed that way is our father, the Baron. Not to say that as his children we don't also have our own titles, but personally I found them a bit, well, impersonal. But in case you do need to use it for whatever reason, mine is Lord Raphael, Knight Captain of the Rose Regiment. Purely a social courtesy, I assure you, sir. Now, forgive me for prying, but I'm afraid I must ask. I've heard the rumors surrounding my brother's return, and about the commoner who helped him escape his captors. Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, of course, but was that truly the case? I understand how rumor can be embellished a bit.
I'm sure it was in some way. Things like that get a bit more outlandish every time some drunk at the bar tells them. You know, details lost and exaggerations made across all the ale-stained taverns in town.
If I understood correctly, the ones who attacked my brother came from a troop of bandits operating in Joyous. A damnable lot of criminals that after killing my father's men and making off with everything of value, my brother being the most valuable, of course, they kept him and continued a brutal crime spree for some time. As luck would have it, however, a commoner passed through the area and staged a rather daring rescue before making the trip back to Lorelei, where you and I stand now.
That, left out a lot of the less heroic parts and genuine terror of the ordeal, but that is the short and sweet of it.
That is an incredibly peculiar set of circumstances. but I won't argue that it does make for a fascinating tale. You've done a great service to us, Sir Elijah. The bravery that you have displayed has helped make our family whole again, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Ah, hell. I was just trying to do the right thing. Somebody needed help, and I was the only one around. I would have done it no matter who it was. I didn't expect a reward or nothing, it's just seemed like the right thing to do is all.
Well, all the more reason to reward you, in my opinion. There aren't that many who would risk life and limb for a complete stranger. But, taking a look at you, it doesn't seem that you're a stranger to conflict. I understand that life outside of the more defended settlements is harsh, what with the dangerous men and monsters that prowl the area. But based on the pair of long knives that you wear, you seem rather capable of handling yourself. They're peasant weapons indeed, but one cannot argue with their usefulness. If I'm right, those appear to be longest messer. Yes. Quite old, they would seem. I wouldn't be surprised if those were forged during the Redglade War.
Well, you do indeed have a good eye, Raphael. These have stuck with me for quite some time, and I've grown pretty fond of them. They get the job done, like nothing else.
Oh, of that I am certain. I'd love to talk shop with you sometime about them. A house could use a man who knows his way around a blade or two. So, I'm quite pleased that you've managed to find your way here. Though, if you don't mind me lamenting a bit, I would have certainly tried to scoop you up into the roses if my brother hadn't already claimed you in his cadre.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I ain't anybody special, so I don't think I'm quite Rose Regiment material. Besides, I've grown pretty attached to my charge. We work well together. I know I wouldn't have made it all the way back without him.
Ah, loyalty. Yet another admirable trait. I will have to disagree with what you've said, though. I can't see how someone who bears the yellow eyes of a dragon can ever be considered to be not special. It's a rare event indeed that a dragon takes interest in the affairs of lesser creatures, and even more so when they decide to mingle with them. But I'm afraid I've been taking up quite a bit of your time. I'm sure Father is eagerly waiting to speak to the both of you, so I shan't hold you up any longer and gracefully take my leave. Brother, welcome home. I hope that you'll take the time to rest and recuperate after this dreadful set of events. And, Elijah, I hope that Father sees the worth you have to our house. It would certainly be a shame to see you go. Well, as much as it pains me, this is goodbye for now. I plan on seeing you both at dinner. Ta-ta.
Jeez, what a fucking chatterbox. You weren't joking about that at all, huh? He really does just jump between topics like that. Hardly even saw him take a breath. I guess lung capacity runs in the family. Kidding. I'll have to find out if he can hold his breath longer than you sometime. Now what kind of look is that? Could that be a little jealousy I see poking through? Huh. Are you the type to get all huffy when people touch your shit? You sure seem like you would be. Look at you, getting bent out of shape over a little comment directed at that mouthpiece you call a brother. As if you don't plan on letting much worse happen to him. You better get your priorities right, boy. We can have fun and all, but don't forget, we're here to do a job. Although, I'll be dead and gone way before getting to do anything if this damn cape smothers me. How the fuck does this work? The hell are you smiling at? So that's how it goes. Alright. I still fucking hate it though. But if this is what I gotta wear to meet your daddy and keep things moving, then so be it. Just don't expect me to keep it on all the time. It gets in the way too much. So, we good? Looking nice and presentable. Alright. So I guess the only thing left to do is go to meet the man himself. Get a move on, boy. I'm itching to see what I gotta work with. Well, well, well. Ain't this a dandy old predicament we've got ourselves into? The two of us, dressed up all proper, fancy looking from tip to toe. All gaudy and impractical, with all this frilly nonsense attached to it. Looking like a game hen right before they get plucked for supper time. I'll admit, it's pretty to look at, sure, but I'm missing the more practical aspects of clothing, namely, pockets. At least they didn't take my blades away from me. But, looking around, don't seem like they'll make much of a difference. Everybody I've seen so far is armed in some kind of way. Still, it's more convenient for me to have these... Fuck! Can't wait to throw this damn cape in the rag pile where it belongs. Every time I turn around, it just billows all over the damn place. Screws with my sense of movement. Huh? The hell did you just say? Speak up now, boy. Say it with your chest. You think I look nice? Aw, kid. How sweet of you. It's the blue, right? It's my color, don't you think? Now you listen good, boy. It don't matter how good I look in this getup, or how much you want to have a little fun taking it off piece by piece. It's time to work now, so you bury that shit. And if we're feeling like having a good time, we'll dig it up later. I admit, it's been a while since I've heard you beg for me, without even a hint of shame. Just how I like my toys. But for right now, we got a strictly professional relationship. Gotta keep the facade going as long as possible. Got it? Apparently, it's a big to-do to be mean and barren. I don't think meeting anybody is all that important. I ain't found one person in all of my years who ended up being more than just a man. And I doubt that this one will be any different. It's a bunch of tedious shit, but it looks like we'll have to play along for right now. It's nowhere near as fun as just going buck wild from the start, but watching that house of cards fall apart, piece by piece, there's a satisfaction in that. But it ain't my turn to be the one to set things off. This is your show now, boy. I bring a sort of rustic charm to the table. I'm sure those rich pricks will find it amusing for a while. Some bumpkin to gawk at and lord superiority over. All the while, you'll be there, wagging tongues with them, doing the old smile and nod, so they reveal all the juicy bits of what they got going on. You know better than anybody that guys like this can't help but flap lips. And with a little luck, they'll end up revealing more than they bargained for. We've got the home field advantage for a time, so let's exploit it as much as we can. Information is gonna be more valuable than anything else right now. It's a different game inside the walls than out, and the both of us got our parts to play. And if all goes well, then before you know it, things are gonna get real interesting around here. So why don't you make yourself useful and lead the way to your dear old dad? It's getting a little exciting now, ain't it? Feels like things are starting to come to a head. I sure am eager as can be to get the ball rolling and meet this Baron that everybody's always chatting about. Can't wait to lay eyes on the man I've come so far to see. But let's enjoy the walk for now, kitten. It's a beautiful day for a little stroll. Just try not to think about the fact that it might be your last. And remember, boy, don't fuck this up, or I'll make sure that you're the first one to drop. Got it? Good. Now lead the way.
We arrived with minimal delay, Father. The roads in that part of the country are much safer than what we have here, so thankfully, we were not harassed at all. I was told that our gift for the prince's coronation was also well received. I was certain to hand it off myself as a sign of goodwill for the upcoming time of transfer that Canis will experience. Unfortunately, I was unable to secure a moment to speak with the Queen or the Prince. However, I do believe an opportunity will arise during the festivities.
Excellent work as always, Diedrich. A shame that an audience with the Queen could not be arranged, but there will be time for that soon enough. Be certain to thank Raphael for lending some men to act as an honor guard. The way might have been clear, but these are uncertain times. One can never tell what lurks just beyond the shadows.
I will, Father. Though, it would seem that a different brother of mine demands my attention first.
Eh? Oh, oh my goodness. Diedrich,
be a good lad and help your father up.
Of course, Father. Here's your cane as well.
By all the gods above, I certainly hope these eyes aren't playing tricks on an old man, lest they be robbed of a blessing. My darling boy, home again. Give your father a hug. I can't tell you how many sleepless nights I've had since news of your disappearance reached me. Though, I imagine that pales in comparison to what you've had to endure. You're not harmed, are you, lad? Just a few scrapes and bruises. I'm not pleased that harm has come to you, but I suppose there is comfort in the fact that it could have been much worse. Raphael and his regiment combed the region for days, again and again, but never turned up anything. But I'm sure you're in no hurry to relive such a harrowing experience. Not after you just managed to come back home. So, I propose that we leave the fine details of all that for a later time, and instead welcome back a cherished son with a delightful afternoon tea together, just like we did when you and your brothers were small. Though, it pains me that not all of them will be able to join us today. Alistar is still buried in work negotiating with the Arborist Dominion, and Raphael has a few things to attend to, but he'll be joining us for dinner. I'm sure that the two of them are here in spirit.
Father, we are forgetting somebody, are we not?
Eh? Oh, yes, of course. Young man, Elijah, yes. Join us at the table, will you? Sit. I hope you like pomegranate tea.
I'd be delighted to, sir. Thank you for having me at your lovely home.
Such a polite young man. Introductions, yes. Well, in case you haven't been made aware, I am Baron Theophord von Loreley, the landowner of this portion of the country, assigned to govern by Her Majesty the Queen. This lad at my side is my second son, Lord Diedrich von Loreley, Knight Vigilant of the Alderwood Cloister. And I believe that you're familiar with my youngest son.
Yes, indeed. Very familiar. My name is Elijah Blackhollow. I ain't got a fancy title, so I suppose it's just Elijah then.
I understand that you were instrumental in the rescue and return of my little brother. Your actions have been quite commendable. Such bravery is not often found in men these days.
Well, that's what everybody keeps saying anyway. What I did just because it was the right thing to do. After all, ain't it natural to help somebody out when they're in need?
Too right, lad, and we are immeasurably thankful for it. Though, if I am to understand, you have already been rewarded quite handsomely. My youngest has decided to take you on as his knight. Quite the change in station, huh? I certainly hope that you're up for the challenge.
Sounds like you're eager to test me.
Perhaps so. I understand that you had an altercation with one of my employees when the two of you were sent to be retrieved. Is that correct?
I don't know if I would count putting some weaselly punk's face on the table as an altercation, but that happened, yeah. Only after he put his hands on him, though. He had the good sense to back off eventually, especially when he saw my eyes. An action that I hardly can blame him for. Warren can be a bit obtuse in his methods, and just between all of us, he's a bit of an asshole. But even he knows the importance of meeting somebody who has dragon ancestry. Tell me, lad, which dragon is your family descended from? I couldn't tell you. I didn't know my parents, much less some dragon. Everybody's always made a big deal of the fact that I've had yellow eyes, but to me, that's just how it's always been. You'll forgive these questions, I'm sure, Sir Black Hollow. It's just unusual to find somebody bearing dragon blood, with no idea of their origins. Most who have yellow eyes are descendants of heroes or famous or talented individuals that for some reason or another caught the eye of a dragon. It's a rare eye color indeed, especially for a commoner. All I know is that somebody, somewhere, got down and dirty with a dragon, and eventually, down the line, I happened. You see, having rare eyes hasn't exactly done me any favors, though it did make it so that it's really, really hard to hurt me. Still get the scars, though. Is that so? I would love to test that durability sometime, if that would be all right. Why, wait. You're here, and I'm here. We can make something happen if we want to. I think I'll take you up on that, Sir Black Hollow. All right, lads. I think that's enough excitement for now. Heavens. Some things about having a house of boys never change, I suppose. I'm sure all of us could use some rest after the last few days we've had. My dear son, you'll find that your room is just as you left it. Do take it easy, will you? Have some time for yourself. And Sir Elijah, we will prepare a room for you as well. I believe there is a space near the end of the hall that's vacant. You'll have that one until we find something more permanent. Thank you, sir. Think nothing of it, lad. As a father, it's the least I can do. Now, Diedrich and I have some business to attend to. I expect to see the both of you for dinner tonight. But until then, rest. Relax. You're home now, my son. These walls and all of these men will make sure that you can breathe easy. Now, these ancient bones. I'll be seeing you soon. Come along, Diedrich. Yes, father. Until next time, little brother. And Elijah, welcome to our house. I think you'll fit in quite nicely. Well, hell. How can I not with a warm welcome like this? Thank you for inviting me to this, family get-together. It was nice to meet you, Baron. And you as well, Lord Diedrich. I think we'll take you up on that rest and relaxation. Excuse us while we take our leave. Come on, my lord. Let's get you settled in. Now who would have thought that meeting the family would have been so entertaining? Finally got to meet the man himself. He was a lot older than I thought he'd be. That makes things sort of easy. I mean, that geriatric bag of wrinkles was the Baron that I heard so much about. That man's seen too many winters as is. Hell, he might die of a fever before I ever get the chance to lay my hands on him. All I'd really have to do is slip past his guard, and then he'd be all mine. Though, seems like that Dietrich fella is a whole nother story. I didn't think much of him at first. Just some stuffed shirt and yes man to his daddy. But you were right. I saw something in him. Something dark lurking behind those eyes. I wonder if your dear old brother might just in fact be a little bit like me. Somebody who enjoys the thrill of causing harm, of watching blood fly, and all that other vicious shit. Only difference is that he hides it. I wonder, maybe he's scared of embracing it. Oh, but what twisted shit does he do behind doors, I wonder. I, for one, can't wait to find out how dirty he is. Huh. There's that little look of yours again. Don't think you can hide it. I've seen your body language change. How that pouty lip tenses up, and you start getting all defensive about shit. Looks like you got a hell of a jealous streak, don't you, kid? Not used to the spotlight being on somebody else, huh? Or are you very used to that? Got that feeling of something burning inside, don't you, kitten? Let's see if we can't do something with that. Now that's a nice squeal. Don't act like you don't know what's going on. Getting pulled into a shed like this. Only a few reasons for that to be happening. I admit, I had a little bit of fun in that family get-together, despite how insufferable it all was. But the kind of fun that you and I have is much, much better. Well, ain't this just like old times? Just sitting around a campfire, enjoying all these wonderful stars out tonight. I'm telling you, kidding, after all the hard work we've been putting in around here, we've definitely earned a little bit of a break. Not that all the shaking hands and squirming around in the court ain't been worth it. We're well acquainted with all the right people after all. You know, it wasn't as hard to get involved in the court as I thought. Ain't that much different than a hunt when you get right down to it. Lots of little maneuvers, covering your tracks, while slowly stalking to a better position. And when the moment is just right, you run your prey right through and gore 'em right where it hurts. Not as satisfying as doing things my way, of course, but it would make for some good memories. On the other hand, though, it's so damn frustrating how all those rich pricks can just yammer on and on without really even saying anything at all. Court is busy as hell, but nothing ever changes. Like they're allergic to getting shit done. You ask me, you should chop up half of those worthless pricks, send a message to the others. Ain't like you'd be losing anything at all. But that time will come. For now, it'll serve me to just kick back and use the time to sharpen the blade. What? Why you got that sour-ass look on your face? Oh, does your jaw still hurt? Well, too bad. That's your own damn fault. Not like I could have just left you alone while I wandered off into the woods. Somebody might get the bright idea to poke a couple of holes in you while I'm away. Coming back to our pretty little corpse on stained bedsheets would certainly put me in a bind. Wouldn't be too hard either. I got into your room without too much trouble. Could have made it so that the maids found you in a dozen bloody little pieces. Made that fancy room into a bloodbath. Though, from how you reacted, I might as well have. You bolted right up as soon as that door shut. Could it be that you were expecting somebody? Anyway, clamping that pretty little mouth shut is a hell of a lot more convenient than having to explain myself to anybody who came to see what you were screaming your damn head off about. Of course, I could have just said I was there to warm your bed. Heard it ain't too unusual for rich boys to fuck their servants. Might be a bit awkward for some bright-eyed maid to hear that the youngest lord is regularly getting his back blown out by a commoner. Or, who knows, maybe they'd be down to join in. Your daddy sure does have a few pretty faces working for him. Ah, there it is again. That same little flash in your eyes. Don't try and bullshit me, boy. I know a little jealousy when I see it. Scared that some tight little dish is gonna steal me away. What sinister thing would befall you if that were to happen? Wonder how long you'd realistically last before your family puts a blade in your guts. Ha, you're certainly getting better at hiding your fear. Wasn't too long ago that just the threat of violence was enough to make you tear up. Must be the surroundings, huh? Easier for you to put a mask on in a place like this. So safe and sterilized. Not saying it doesn't have its own risks, of course, but it ain't like you're in danger of getting ripped apart out here. Hell, even the damn woods we're in now are as safe as houses. Not even a sign of a predator to be found anywhere around here. Just the two of us, sitting all alone in the dark woods. Nice little fire between us. Brings back memories of time on the road, don't it? You may not have been built for the rougher aspects of life, with the silky soft skin and the pitiful strength. But I sure was pleased as punch to have somebody with a nice ass and pretty little eyes to toy with. Roll your eyes if you want to, kitten. Can't say that you didn't have fun. Though, it wouldn't kill you to get a couple sexy little scars. Huh. Nah. You'd be dead a dozen times over if you tried to get as many as me. Having dragon blood ain't done me too many favors, but damn if it don't make me as durable as those stinking lizards. It ain't a simple thing to harm me, let alone manage to do it enough to leave a scar. Come here. Sit down there. You see this one here? Right here, on my neck. Right here, on my neck. This one's my favorite. A while ago, some guys didn't take kindly to this crew I was part of, murdering and stealing, so they tracked us down one night and caught us by surprise. Now, seeing as how these were simple farm folk, didn't have much confidence in the law, they didn't bother with a trial, so they just started killing bandits, one by one, with this rusty old axe. They'd kneel you down, put your neck on a log, and just whack right through the neck, and your sorry little head rolls off into the brush. Can you imagine that? Waiting your turn to get your head lopped off by some farmer. Anyways, my turn comes along. They put me down, put my neck on that log, and on the third hit, the axe head snaps right off the handle. I scooped it up and hacked 4 men to pieces. Walked away with a hell of a sore throat and a cracked vertebrae. Good times. I'm sure you got a few of your own. What would a big family like this? Say, while we're talking about that, your brothers all had fancy-ass titles. That chatty one is Night Captain. That sullen fuck was Night Vigilant. Got me wondering, what's your title? Night Warden, huh? The hell does that entail? Property and forestry. Damn. You're just a glorified park ranger, ain't you? Gods. I've seen how you handle the woods, boy. It ain't nothing special. Can't fight. Can't hunt. Can't track. Fucking useless. Oh, can you now? Come on. All you ever do in a fight is freeze up, even with a weapon in your hand. Bet that bow you got's just for show, isn't it? Take a few wild shots as you cut and run. Getting mouthy, ain't you? But talk is fucking cheap. Alright, then let's see what you got. Ain't gonna recognize skill just on your say-so, boy. I gotta see it in action. Let's see. Ah, look up there. A nighthawk up on the limbs. See it? If you're such a damn crack shot, you should be able to hit it from here. Go on, show me. Huh, see? Fucking missed. What the? Oh. Hitting a bird in flight. Ain't you just as proud as can be? Yeah. It wasn't bad, kid. Could have been luck, but the outcome's the same either way. Not shooting. Don't push it. The hell did I just say? You hard of hearing now or something? One lucky shot. Now you think you can do whatever you want, huh? Fuck you. Quit your damn squirming. There. Can't shoot shit with your hands tied up, huh? But it ain't ending here. Getting all uppity like that. Looks like you need a fucking reality check. Come here. Shut up. You've only got yourself to blame for this. But it's alright. There's a way that you can say sorry. Down. You do have a fine ass, boy. One of my favorite things about you. You like being bent over my knee, boy? I already know you're a little bitch who likes getting put in his place. But still, having your bare ass exposed like this, ain't you got even a little fucking shame? Not like it'll do you any good. Shit's happening either way. Well, finally. I was starting to think those guards were never gonna open up the gates and let us out of that damn estate. What the hell are they making us answer all those damn questions? Like your daddy didn't send us out here to go do shit. All for preparation of that coronation your family got invited to. How many times do I have to say where we're going, what we're doing, when we expect to get back before those idiots let us through? I tell you, I'm only gonna fill out the same piece of paper so many times before just opening the gate myself. And a few throats for the trouble. Well, shucks, kitten. You really think it could have been worse? Huh. Now that is a very insightful observation that I had not thought of. I suppose you're right. They could have been slightly more annoying than they were. Just like how I could sweep your legs out and send you to the pavement. Smartass. Yeah, keep grinning, boy. Try not to split that pretty face in half. But you do got a point, I'll admit. As annoying as being kept waiting is, It would have been so much worse if Raphael had stumbled onto us. Then we would have really been stuck. I tell ya, the man is relentless, kitten. Feels like every time I turn around, he's creeping around somewhere, just waiting for the chance to come up and strike up a little chat. I mean, I go to the kitchen to get some food, he's there. Walking down to the stables to go get that fine horse of yours, he's brushing his own mount. Everywhere I go, the illustrious knight captain is just on me like a fly on a cow pie. He is persistent. Now I bet it won't be long until I run into his goofy ass when I go up to take a piss at night. Ain't no secret what he wants either. He's just about the worst at hiding when he's interested in someone. I mean, inviting me off to the training fields in that damn noble way where you can't really say no. And of course, whenever we get there, it's always just the two of us, all private-like. And that's when the fun really starts. Oh, relax, kitten. I see you getting all wound up. Now, your brother is trying to take me away, but not 'cause he wants to bang or anything. He's just been pestering me for months now, doggedly trying everything he can to get me to join his little boys' club in the Rose Regiment. Talking up all the things joining can do for me. Get my own arms and armor, generous pay alongside the 5 reins a month I get from my knighthood. Making a big to-do about all the fancy training they all get. Best in Lorelei, and some of the other territories if you believe 'em. I guess it ain't all bad though. Most of the regiment is all about doing some free sparring, even with non-members. Normally I'm used to smashing steel with mercs and bandits and the like. Killers, sure, but nothing like the swordsman in the regiment. And Raphael, he's a tricky one. He's a top-rate swordsman, with that S-stock he uses, but I'm pretty sure he's doing magic too. It's subtle, but it feels like the ground shifts sometimes when he fights. Enough to make sure he always has the right footing and leverage, even when he's moving, while his opponent can't seem to find even ground, doing something with the earth. Well, whatever. Unfortunately, I ain't about to serve and protect life. After all, it's way more fun to assault and plunder. Sure, the benefits would be nice, and I'd be making more money than I even know what to do with. But my current arrangement has me well satisfied. How could I complain about working with the finest piece of ass in the territory? Yeah, why'd you think I'm having you walk in front? I did it for the view. Just a happy coincidence that happens to be etiquette becoming of a knight, as Diedrich puts it in all his damn lessons. Well, of course I didn't think becoming a knight was as simple as just saying you were one. No shit it ain't, boy. If these past few months had taught me anything, it would be that being a knight is a full-time job. I gotta stand up straight, walk this way, don't swear or be a rube, Whatever the hell that means. Shit, I ain't even worn my old clothes since the first day we came here. Not that I mind, of course. Knight's gotta look the part after all, I suppose. And you obviously had fun dressing me up, didn't you, kitten? Well suited for your tastes, ain't it? You always have been a sucker for my looks, and who could blame you? But don't you think your eyes have been resting on me a little more these days? Oh, well, ain't you a flatterer? Careful now, boy. People might start thinking that night ain't the only position you wanted me in. Well, I am filling out rather nicely, ain't I? Miracle what regular meals and training can do, ain't it? Got some nice muscle going. Went up a couple sizes, I reckon. And my hair's a lot longer than I usually like it to be. But, honestly, kinda like it this way. Might have to start putting it up before too long. You like that, huh? Yeah, I suppose I'm looking damn good these days. All sharp and whatnot. Still not a fan of capes, though. Fuck all that. Tch, you can like it as much as you want. Ain't nothing gonna make me wear one unless I have to. That's too damn bad, boy. Guess you're just gonna have to wait till the big party. You feel free to keep wearing yours, though. It suits you, I guess. Sways nice when you walk. Huh. You know, as hot as you looked, all dirty and desperate in that cage in the camp, or in the tent during those sweaty nights on the road, seeing you all dressed up and strutting your stuff, now that does hit an interesting spot with me. There's a confidence in doing what you know. Good thing for you, since if you turned out to be a skittish fuck all the time, I'd get bored as hell with you. Probably throw you to the wolves myself. Lucky for the both of us, there's more to you at first glance than just a pretty face and good upbringing. You play your part so well, kitten. Don't know if I'd even suspect you had something going on if I wasn't in on it. Flitting around the court, picking up every juicy detail you can find. As easy as a hunter moving through the woods. I've come to appreciate a devious little snake with good fashion sense. Even more when I know you have your collar on underneath all those fancy clothes. Your real self laying just beneath, all for me to enjoy. You getting a little flustered now, walking a bit stiff, ain't ya? Can't have that. We got work to be doing, and you got some indecent thoughts running through your head. You know, you have to at least pretend you ain't a needy slut when you're out in public. No, am I making it hard for you? Got that ache inside that you know only I can fill. Pathetic. That control that just slips right away when you remember a little taste. And if it's too much, we could slip into an alley and get it out of your system. Wonder if someone will catch you this time. I wonder, how will it feel to know that some random person knows what your shameful face looks like? Well, it's mine. Only mine to know. You hear? And no one is gonna take what I've rightfully stolen. Kitten. You look so good right now. Dazed and far away. But pay attention. We got our job to do. But after all that is done, how about we go get your things and go off into the woods for a bit? I do so like watching you shoot. And I think I like it even better with you wearing as little as possible. Don't worry. I'll let you keep the collar at least. That's more than fair, ain't it, kitten? Good boy. Now come on. Let's get that fine ass moving. We got work to do. Sounds like the both of us can't wait to play. Hey, take it easy. You gotta put that thing on so tight. I still gotta breathe. And I'm gonna want to take this thing off sometime, you know.
Yes. My apologies, Sir Black Hollow. I realize that you might not be entirely used to this, but it will be much worse if not done properly. Improperly fit armor can lead to some terrible chafing, to say nothing of the acute chance of death by a fell arrow or blade. So please, bear with it for the time being.
Why the hell do I even need to wear armor anyway? I've never needed it before. My skin has always been harder than any steel you could strap to me. All this clunky shit's gonna do is slow me down.
And yet it has done nothing to slow your tongue. You have been so heartily complaining every step of the way. I was beginning to get worried you might be having a change of heart.
Oh, ha ha ha. Hilarious, Lord Raphael. I tell you, I'd be keeled over right about now, busting a gut, if only I could breathe right. Jackass. Damn!
I've told you. Call me Raph. Perhaps if you were a member of the Rose Regiment, you would be issued with some more comfortable armor. We do standardize silk linings in our arming coats. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all you're doing. Just letting me know, over and over and over again, all about the regiment. Too bad that fancy armor y'all are so proud of would be equally useless on me as this one is.
And yet no accounting for taste, of course. But it matters not. As a knight of my father's household, you are expected to wear armor whenever our family rides together outside of the walls. It wouldn't do to have one of our own out of uniform. even if they don't necessarily need it.
Whatever. Just hurry it up.
You do have such a strange way of thanking me for helping you. Oh, chin up, Sir Black Hollow. This is a wondrous time, after all. It's not every day that the crown changes hands. We owe it to ourselves to look our very best for it.
Yeah, big to-do and all.
Well, if I didn't know any better, I would say that you almost sound nervous. Not that I blame you, of course. I imagine you've been, well, in the simplest terms, quite swept away in these past few months.
That is an understatement. You know, it wasn't all that long ago that I walked inside a city for the first time. And now here I am, getting all dressed up and ready to ride, all the way to Suzerain. And not for no day trip either. We're going there to rub shoulders with the royal courts themselves.
Yes, these are interesting times indeed. But, try not to think about it too deeply. You do well enough with etiquette, and I dare say some of the other baronies might find your more rugged tendencies charming, in a homey, backwater sort of way.
Well, ain't that reassuring?
Oh, brother, you're just in time. I don't want to jinx myself, but I do believe some magic has happened here. Dare I say that our dear Sir Black Hollow just might be looking the part of a strapping knight.
Well, I certainly feel overdressed, if that helps at all. I tell you, it must suck for the both of you to actually need to wear this stuff. Thin skin's gotta be such a burden.
The outfit is good, no doubt. Fits very well. But, something is missing. What do you think, brother? You're so right. One last finishing touch. And what is better than a cape?
Fuck you.
Now, don't be crass. You look dashing in it, I promise. Now, let's just get that. And there it is. Sir Elijah Black Hollow, looking as presentable as a knight ever did. What do you think, brother?
Oh, gee. Thanks, my lord. You're too kind. Really just pushing it.
You really must learn to take a compliment. I'm sure you'll have no shortage of them at the party. Best to keep your knight close, dear brother. Somebody is bound to try and snatch him up. Not that I would know, of course.
Yeah, you sure are a regular paragon. We about done here?
All right, Sir Black Hollow. You've been a good sport, so I think we can manage to give you some respite. Well, now that you're all dressed up, I suggest you go find Father, or Diedrich if you can. The two of them have been hard at work planning our route and other such matters of logistics. I'm sure they're itching to fill the both of you in.
Sounds like as good an excuse as ever there was to get to stepping. I'd love to say I'd be there as fast as I can, but I'm weighted down, so they'll be waiting too.
Wonderful. I'll let you get to it. I have my own duties to attend to now. but I do hope to spend some family time together on the road. I must away. Ta-ta for now.
You had something to do with that cape idea, didn't you? Oh, latest fashion, my ass. You know how I feel about this crap. So what is it? You been on a nice streak lately, so you must have it in your head that you can do whatever you want now. Bad enough that I'm gonna have to ride all the way to Suzerain, but now I gotta wear this peacocked get-up the whole damn time. Oh, no. Flattery ain't helping you with this one. I don't care if I'm the sexiest hunker man you ever did see. Lot of distance to cover on this trip. Anything could happen out there. So you think long and hard about whether you want to be watching your ass the whole way before you start pulling shit like this. You got me. Ah, there you boys are. I've been looking all over for you. Well, if you count dropping into the kitchen for a spot of tea to be looking. Ah, Baron von Lorelei. We were just on our way to come find you. Lord Raphael said you needed us for something. Ah, jolly good then that we didn't waste any time. Shall we away for a moment then? Come help your father, son. I'm lucky that I still fit into our family's armor, but doesn't seem to get lighter as you get older. Thank the saving maiden for rosette alloy, or else I might not be able to move it at all. But enough of the gripings of an old man. Look at the two of you, all dressed up in your parade best. My goodness. You look so much like your mother, my dear boy. Down to the last detail. If only she could see you now. Grown and stepping out into your own. And with such a fine knight to boot. You cut a very strapping figure indeed, Sir Elijah. High praise, my lord. You're gonna make my ears burn. Indeed I might, lad. You've certainly got the look and the walk of a knight, but yet there is one crucial detail we shall have to fill before we embark. Oh, it better not be another cape. A cape? Perish the thought. Who ever heard of a man with 2 capes? Oh, pish-posh. No, my dear boy. Look there, out in the field. Do you mean that horse over there, my lord? Yes, lad. That sturdy nag that you rode in on is a horse fit for work. Much more comfortable on a farm. But for a trip such as this, a worthy steed is needed. And there she is, boy. A beautiful mare, blood bay in coat. A rare beauty of a quarter horse. Immaculately bred. And with an even temperament to boot. I dare say there's no finer a steed for one who serves under the Night Warden. She's beautiful. I don't know what to say. Indeed, she is a breathtaking creature. Purchased at no small expense from the horse lords of the barony of Rossfield. If it's one thing those Philistines know, it's steeds. No doubt guided by the centaur clans of what used to be Chambries. a place annexed well before Lorelei was even conceived of. A rich area, to be sure, and one of our more braggadocious neighbors. No taste for good wine, though, or decent company, nor manners, for that matter. And I still maintain, no matter what everyone else says, that Edward von Rossfield smells like farts.
Uh-huh. What the fuck is he talking about?
Well, pay me no mind, lad. Just some boyhood grudges is all. You'll see for yourself during the ride. We'll have to pass through Rossfield and Joyous on our way to Suzerain. Not too deeply, thankfully, and we've already gotten treaties of non-aggression from all the other baronies traveling to the coronation. Still, when walking in peace, one should not walk as a fool. We shall be well defended on our march southwesterly, and Lorelei itself will be manned by a detachment of the Rose Regiment, as well as militia conscripts for defense, should any of these sniveling shill pits think to redraw borders under the nose of the new king. But I'm sure you don't have the stomach for politics at the moment, Sir Elijah, and I certainly don't have the breath for it. Go, get acquainted with your new mare. I think that the two of you have been waiting for each other for quite some time.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. This is a very fine gift.
Then what are you waiting for? Go to her, lad.
Well, my boy, how our home has changed. And now we are here to see the country change as we have.
Come, son. Leave the preparations to your brothers.
Let us go visit your mother's grave before we embark. The road is long, and we might not be back for some time. Best to get blessings and give farewells when you have the time. Come along, my son. Dry at last. Finally. Ain't this just been our luck lately? The whole time we've been in Rossfield, it's been nothing but sunshine and clear skies, good times all around. But on the very last day, it starts to rain. Spent half the time riding today getting soaked, slowly, from this constant damn shower. I tell ya, I can't believe I complained about all that armor slowing me down before I experienced trotting around in armor and a wet gambeson. Might as well have strapped a horse to my back and waddled around like an overfed duck. Yeah, funny. Wouldn't that just be a sight? Oh well, at least we got camp set up before the rain really started to pick up. Speaking of, how's it looking out there? Yeah, no shit. I know it's raining still. I got eyes, boy. Lest you forget, I was actually out there, setting up tent poles, while you was sat in here, drinking hot tea, enjoying watching a man work. I asked you how it's looking,
And seeing as how you got such powers of perception and a smart mouth to go along with it, how about you put 'em both to use? Figure out when it'll stop raining, and tell me in the sweetest damn way you can. Don't be getting fresh with me, boy. I can always boot your ass into the mud if you want to act up. Bet all that rain and wind will snuff out that fire real quick. So what if people see? I don't mind getting a little nasty. There. Now how hard was it to say that it was gonna be done by morning? Always gotta pry shit out of you. You've been sitting at that window for hours watching the rain, getting all cozy and comfortable. Might as well use that for something better than just making yourself an easy target. The glass on these carriages are tougher than usual, but that won't stop a crossbow bolt with a half-decent bodkin tip. Bound to be accurate enough to hit something, even in this weather. Which is exactly why I'm sleeping by the window tonight. Oh, now that is just too goddamn bad. If you wanted the window seat, maybe you shouldn't be such an easy target. Sucks to be you, kitten. Now move. I've been itching to lie down for a while. Carrying all that heavy shit's making my shoulders ache. But before anything else, I gotta put my hair up. Been a while since my hair's been this long. Usually I try to keep it shorter, but, oh well. I look good either way. Don't you think so, kitten? You're goddamn right I do. Now move it. Your ass is in my spot. No, don't you start blubbering now, boy. There's still plenty of space left for you. Unless, of course, you fancy sleeping on the floor, or maybe try and find a nice place outside. You just let me know if I'm keeping this warm, comfortable bed all to myself. Huh, that's what I thought. Now get in bed already, you whiner. You ain't missing anything special out there. Trust me. Rossfeld is a nice place most of the time. All sunshine and rolling green hills with pretty wildflowers all around. There's a couple of rivers and forests, of course, for flavor. But this place, oh, does it have some temperamental-ass weather sometimes. And it can change like that. There's all kinds of shit. Flash floods that'll turn low points into raging rivers, mudslides that sweep whole hills away, and sinkholes that open up and swallow a man alive in no time at all. Oh, but the worst ones are the whirlwinds and tornadoes that come through this place every so often. You ever seen one of those things before? Big, loud, angry things that got lightning streaking around inside them, waiting to stab out at random. One strike in just the right place, well, that can start a prairie fire, turn miles of grass into nothing but smoke flames. Compared to all of that, a little shower like this, even one that goes all day, is just an annoying little thing to ride through. Believe me when I say, it can definitely get worse. Yeah, I sound so familiar with this place because I've been here before. A couple of times, actually. Way back when I was just a kid, it was pretty common for the carnival to pass through Rossfeld. So, I came through here a lot. Sometimes just passing through, sometimes staying. Guess you could say that I sorta grew up around here. Well, here and lots of other places too. Not like you can have much in the way of roots when you're always on the move. But I do remember running around these hills on bright sunny days. There weren't any other kids at the carnival, so I just used to climb up the biggest hill I could find and just stay up there all day, taking in the sights and the smells. You could see for miles in every direction on a good day. And I liked to watch the clouds drift by, see the wind rustle the grass, enjoy my time till it got dark, and then just wander on back to camp, with nothing but the lightning bugs and the campfire to guide me. Sounds nice, don't it? No, sure. But when you were a kid who just ran off for the whole day, didn't do any of your chores, then just waltzed back in, well into the evening, when the people who already don't like you have gotten drunk. Well, let's just say that having super tough skin doesn't hold up to the more determined. It just becomes a challenge to them at a point, a test. Yeah, the days outside the camp were definitely better than the nights inside it. But whatever. Less I think about it, the better. No point in moaning about it now. Not like it'll change anything. Ain't family just a pain in the ass? I'll agree with that. Yours definitely is. I knew rich folks were annoying, but your brothers are just something else. Can the both of them just yammer on and on and on? I swear, Raph hasn't taken a breath since we came into this territory. Just on and on about every damn little thing. Oh, Elijah, did you know that this hill over there, the one that looks like all the other fucking hills around it? Well, that one was special. That was Colonel Who Fucking Cares' last stand against the cavalry charge of random shitbird and their 1,000 hog punches or some dumbass thing that happened way before either of us were around to know or care. I'd pray to the saving maiden to protect my ears against this chatty, insulting mute about things I couldn't care less about. And Diedrich's no better, trust me. You know I had to help him set up his tent and its accompanying study, meaning not only do I have to haul around tents and poles and all kinds of shit, but also books and paintings. Paintings! Who the hell even brings stuff like that? And it's not enough to just bring it in, then it's Oh, move it over here. It helps with workflow to have the sun light it while it's out. Well, the sun ain't fucking out, is it, genius? I swear. Everybody in your family's some kind of needling weirdo. You agree, but don't you know I'm including you in that too? You play it off pretty well. Honestly, you'd be a hell of an actor, kitten. But there's not much point in denying it, is there? You're a fucked up guy in a fucked up situation that someone, probably somebody close to you, hated enough to try and kill. Huh. Guess we got that in common. If nothing else, then we both understand at least that much. And hell, I've shared a bed with worse. At least you're warm. And oh, so grabbable. I say, isn't this just a lovely scene? After weeks of being on the move, roaming the countryside and braving all manners of dangers and doldrums, we have arrived hale and hearty at our long-awaited destination, Suzerain. My boys, I tell you, this city is just as breathtaking as when I first saw it. They say you never do forget your first time riding through the dawning bastion, and I'll be damned if I could ever scrub that from my memory. Yes, it was a long journey traveled indeed, Father. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I am quite glad to be rid of the saddle and carriage for the time being. I'm also hoping that my legs will lose their stiffness well before the coronation. I'd hate to be jerky on the dance floor. Indeed. We wouldn't want that stiffness in the legs to compete with that stick that you have jammed up your behind, now would we, brother? It would be quite embarrassing for you to be wobbling around like a scarecrow, now wouldn't it? An apt point, Raphael. Yet, I don't plan on being left wanting. I shall leave that to the lords and ladies of the court. After all, wit and interest is the social currency that I must invest in, should I care for an evening of dance and merrymaking. Not all of us have a pool of paid night to sup from. Now that tone does not mask your jealousy, dear brother. Wit and interest indeed. Your well hardly runs dry of that. But don't feel put off to request a sip from my pool, should your thirst be great and your eyes found wandering. Boys, please. You know I'm not opposed to some barbs being thrown to and fro, just as long as it's done in good nature. So do try to keep it that way.
Sorry,
Yes,
Father.
It's been a long trip for all of us, and I'm sure that we're all craving some space to breathe and time and privacy away from each other. We've only just settled into this wonderful chateau that the Crown has so graciously prepared for us, and in no time at all we'll be enjoying the best home-cooked meal that we've had in ages. But until we get the chance to fill our bellies, let's try and go on acting as if we're still enjoying each other's company, yes? Of course, Father. We'll try to keep the table amicable. Though, speaking on the topic of rudeness, I believe that Alistair was scheduled to meet us once we crossed the gates, was he not? I haven't seen hide nor hair of him myself. I wonder what's been keeping him.
Yes, fashionably late, as is typical for the eldest. Ah, I'm sure he's well. Stopped to play with a stray animal again, I presume. Father, you remember how he used to always be late, for one reason or another?
Yes, that's why your mother used to tell him that events began 30 minutes earlier than they actually did. That boy. Sharp as a tack he is, but he always did have his head in the clouds. Still late to dinner at his age. I suppose some things never change, eh?
Well, there's always the hope that marriage will shape him up. Osei doesn't seem the type of woman to let her man have such sloppy personal timing. That's a Lamia Navy woman for you. I have no doubts that she'll have him saluting in no time, if she doesn't already.
We can only hope. Still, if nothing else, Alistair is going to miss a fine meal. Little brother, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Sir Blackhollow doing a bit of cooking for us tonight? I thought I spied him slipping into the kitchen not too long ago.
Oh, then we are in for a treat. Elijah is quite skilled with cooking. Father, you remember when that cave bear charged at us back in Joyous? Elijah made the most wonderful stew out of that ornery creature. I must say, little brother, your knight certainly can do it all.
Indeed, you should be proud of your knight, my boy. Diamond in the rough. Well, more than a bit rough, all around, I'd say. But most of the common folk are. Despite all of his more uncouth methods, there's no denying that Sir Blackhollow is a fine addition to the realm. Why, I dare say I think the other baronies will be chewing their nails to nubs and cursing themselves that they didn't find that lad first.
Do you hear that, little brother? Best that you get some practice before the big event. I think you'll be staving off suitors and interested parties with a stick. Oh, come now. I'm only teasing you, dear brother. Your knight is well within your grasp. Exactly where you wanted him.
Raphael.
What? I'm only saying. It's not the first time a lord has fancied a subordinate, and it won't be the last either. Oh, it's nothing to fuss over. Our dear brother is grown up and enjoying the spring of his youth. What's a little roll in the hay with a stable boy here, or kissing the gardener there? Honestly, who would be shocked if anything else happened?
Yes, but this is hardly dinner conversation. All right. Hope y'all got the table set up however you like it, and you got a fierce rumbling in your bellies, because dinner is served. Wonderful timing, Sir Blackhollow. Anything to move on from that. What manner of culinary arts are we in store for tonight? Oh, it's a real treat, my lord. There was all kinds of fine ingredients in there. So, I went a little bit wild. We got seared giant elk, mossy worm stew in a cave bear broth, thought I might as well get rid of what we had. And, for dessert, chilled berries with a nice frozen custard.
Oh my, it all looks so good.
Quite marvelous. There's a lad. Now, boys, before we tuck in, a toast to the courtesy of the Crown for lending us this fine home to lay our heads, to the radiant lioness for her years of dedicated life and unflinching rule, to the soon-to-be king, long may he reign, and to the saving maiden, may her shield shelter us all. Oh, this is wonderful, Sir Black Hollow. Such tender meat and rich taste. Your talents do extend much further beyond simple swordsmanship. Well, that's mighty fine of you to say, my lord. I grew up without much in the way of food security. You know, farming and such. So, you kinda had to learn how to make almost anything taste good. I mean, hell, in the time I've been a knight, I've been eating real good. Bulking up for sure. Ain't it a miracle what regular meals can do? Indeed so, lad. Why, that reminds me of my younger self, during my knight-errant days when I was called the Ox of Cask. 3 times your size I was, back then, resplendent, in full roseate armor. The glory days. A bit of advice, lad. Don't ever get old. It's, a slow dying. But if you must, then at least have some fond memories. Or a few children. You got lots to be proud of. Fancy title, land, and sovereigns aplenty. More than enough to afford all kinds of things. Fine horses included. You know, I'm admittedly still taken aback for the one you gifted to me. Now grateful, of course, but I don't think I ever owned anything as fine as her. She's a fine mount, to be sure. Was a terribly temperamental thing when she first arrived, but thankfully she's mellowed as she's grown. Good footing. Doesn't spook easily. More likely to stomp a snake to death rather than to rear at the sight of it. But that's that fine Rossfeld breeding at work. Would have been a fine warhorse if she was a bit bigger. But she serves the realm in other ways. Tell me, lad, what name have you picked out for her? Name? Honestly, I ain't even thought of giving her one. Never was in the habit of naming any animals that were around. Always seemed kinda pointless with how they, came and went. That's farm boy thinking for you. This isn't a work mule, Sir Black Hollow. It is a companion and tool alike. She carried you through Rossfeld, in storm and sun, even climbed the Vassone Massif on the way out of Joyous, without so much as a tossed head. After such dutiful service, it's only right to give the beast a name.
They're right, you know. It just won't do for a knight to be traipsing around, riding a nameless horse. Think of the gall of it all. I mean, the statement it would make.
All right. Guess the big girls aren't at least that much. Where to start? Well, she does got that lovely reddish coat. Blood bays have always had that really striking color. And you wouldn't know it, but she sure is a sweetie pie when she ain't working. Loves to get brushed and petted. Red and sweet. How about Cherise? Yeah, I like that. It fits, don't it?
Ooh, now that is a lovely name. Suits her perfectly.
Yes, Cherise is a fine name, lad. We'll have to send over some nice feed to her to celebrate. I wager it's not every day that you get a new name. And no reason for just us to be feasting. I believe this calls for another drink, doesn't it, boys?
And it seems someone is just arriving for it this time. Oh, finally found all of you. Seems that following my nose was a good idea after all.
Oh, as I live and breathe. Alistair, is that you, my boy?
In the flesh. Terribly sorry to be late again, Father. You'll excuse my absence, won't you?
Oh, quiet, son. Come join us, will you? We've gone through the trouble of saving you a spot.
Oh, I'd love nothing more. My stomach has been growling ever since I made port. Oh, and, hello, Raphael, Diedrich. Oh, baby brother's here too. Isn't that nice? Good to see you again. And, person I don't know. Seems as if there's much to catch up on. I tell you, a lot has happened recently, and there's much to prepare for. But all of that can wait. We'll have so much time to discuss that. Let's just go ahead and dig into this wonderful meal together. Family back together at last. Wonderful.